Growing up, the first English word I learned was made in China. It made in China. And it's because I always saw made in China in several products, toys, and everything, every product I saw or I used back in Ghana. In this live session, I'm coming to teach you why you must import products from China and why everything is literally made in China. This is a free importation class for anybody thinking of importing from China to your country yourself, whether for business, whether for yourself, or for any other purposes. Now, one may ask, why must I even order or buy things from China? One, before coming to China, I personally am from Ghana, and before coming to China, I knew China products were very fake. That is what I knew before coming to China. Everything I heard about China, made in China products were fake until I came to China in 2018. Then I understood why in Ghana, we always think Chinese products are fake. In this live, in this live streaming, you'll be learning all about how to import from China. It's a free importation class which I'll be having every week to educate people about how to order things from China. The days of getting a visa, traveling to China to buy products or goods to your country is over. All you need is an internet, your mobile phone, and this channel, this platform to learn how to import everything from your country without traveling. Yes, I know so many people are always worried about online getting scammed and many things. Yes, it is true. If you are not careful, there are scammers online everywhere. And even with those in China, sometimes if you are not careful, you can be scammed. That is why you need several education, several information before you start importing from China. That is the knowledge. And two, you need experience. The knowledge is not enough. Some things I'll be teaching you, you might understand literally, but you need experience. Start importing yourself before you understand what I am trying to talk about. Yes, why must you even import from China? To be frank with you, this is not for campaign or anything, but literally, China is now the largest exporter of goods in the world now. In the year 2023, China was the largest exporter of goods. And there are so many popular brands that the products are made in China. For example, iPhone is assembled in China, is manufactured in China. It's because of cheap labor and all those things. So everything is literally made in China. Now, why do we mostly think made in China products are fake? For example, I'm from Ghana. Before coming to China, I knew Chinese products to be very fake. Now, in China, we have products made for Americans, we have products made for Europeans, and we have products made for Africans. We have products made for different continents, different continents. So, based on this, they vary based on quality and cost. If you want to sell things to the US, you need some special requirements before you can import those products to the US. In some countries, the requirements are low, are relaxed. You don't need those special requirements. So that is why sometimes, especially people from Africa, mostly think Chinese products are fake. Is because people mostly buy cheap things. In China, we you can have a supplier, a manufacturer who manufactures this mouse. You can have five of them. The same manufacturer, the same design of this mouse, no difference. The same design, the same everything, but the cost will be different. You can have a manufacturer who sells this for $10 and a manufacturer who sells the same design, everything for $2. And you should tell yourself the difference is what? Cost and quality. Most of the times, I'm not saying that if things are very expensive, they are quality. There are cheap products in China which are also very quality. So that is why by the end of this free importation class, you will learn all the basics, where to get the right supplier, how to search for them, how to communicate to suppliers yourself without any agent or any person in between. That is one. Second, before you can even buy any product from China or Chinese supplier, you cannot pay them in any currency apart from Chinese currency, apart from Chinese yuan. So those who are watching live, I am Dax based in China, and in this is a free importation class where I want to educate you about how to import from China yourself without using an agent. The days of traveling to China to buy things is over. You can be on the internet, buy everything from China without being scammed. All you need is an internet, this platform, and your phone. If you have any questions so far, you can comment in the comment section, or you can also join through this live stream through call to ask any question concerning importation from China. Today, I want to give you the basics about importing from China. Then, every week, we'll go into detail how to find supplies, how to create accounts, the apps you need, and everything. So, I was talking about suppliers. You can get the same manufacturer, different manufacturers manufacturing the same thing, but the difference is quality and cost. If it's very cheap, sometimes the quality is very low. And sometimes it might be very expensive, but the quality is not different from a cheaper cost product. So you should bear this in mind. So by the end of this class, you will learn all these things. Another thing is you cannot pay Chinese suppliers in any currency apart from RMB or yuan. So how do you get this yuan? By the end of this class, you will be learning how you can pay suppliers yourself without using any third party or any agent. There are several ways of paying Chinese suppliers. In paying Chinese suppliers, in order to get RMB or yuan, that is Chinese currency, to pay these suppliers, you need to get someone in China, like I am in China, to pay your suppliers. What most businessmen and women do is they get people in their own country to get them the RMB or the yuan. If you get somebody in your own country, you should bear in mind that those people get RMB from widows in China. They get RMB or the currency from widows in China, then they sell it to you. So meaning you are paying high charges getting RMB from people back home in your own country. The best is to get somebody who is in China, like I, to help you pay your Chinese suppliers. So you will be learning all these things, how to get the account. Another is after paying the product. Chinese suppliers cannot ship the item you have bought to your own country. They cannot do that. Most of them cannot do that. Even if the supplier or the manufacturer can ship the goods to your country, it will be very expensive. So, after buying the product, for example, you bought the product from a supplier called Kofi. After you have bought that product, you need to get a logistics that will ship your goods from China to your country. Now, in shipping your goods from China to your country, there are two ways. You can either ship by air or by sea. If you ship by air, air is very fast. It mostly takes within 1 week or 2 weeks to arrive in your country, but it's very expensive. It's very expensive. So I know most of you are businessmen. So if you want to really make profit, it is better not to use air. I will only advise you to use air to ship your products Only if the products are not heavy products, they are lightweight, or the products are needed urgently. That is when you can use air. If it's not under this category and you are into business, you have to ship by sea, and that way you can make a lot of profit. In shipping by air, it's measured by kg, so that is why it's very expensive. Today, I'm just giving a summary of all the process, everything about what you'll be learning about this importation class by the end of this session. So, if you are doing business, you have to ship by sea. In shipping by sea, you need to get a right logistics, a logistics that can help you ship the things to your country. Now, after shipping to your country, you need to get a logistics that will pay tax in your port. Every country has got their special rules and regulations for taxes, duties, import clearance at the port. So you need to know all these things. And we have logistics in China who will help you ship everything, pay the duty, pay tax, and everything. Yours is to get your products at your country warehouse. For example, I'm from Ghana and I help people ship. So all they have to do is to stay in their house and everything will be delivered to their doorstep. By the end of this free importation class, you will get contacts of shipping logistics, tested and approved shipping logistics that can ship to your country. One, with shipping by sea, it takes a long time. For example, in Ghana, if you want to ship from China to Ghana, it takes 1 month, 2 weeks before it arrives in Ghana. Before it arrives in Ghana. Someone is watching. The serpent is saying, I thought you were George Floyd for a second. I'm never George Floyd. I'm Dax, based in Ghana. And yeah, based in China. And I'm from Ghana. And yeah, in this class, we are talking about free importation from China to any country in the world. Thank you very much for watching live. And yeah, so if you are shipping by sea, it takes a long time. Shipping by sea is very frustrating and disheartening if you don't use the right shipping logistics, because some of the goods can take 6 months before they can arrive in your country. Imagine investing everything in your business, then it takes 6 months, meaning your business is just collapsing. So, in importing shipping by sea, you need to get right logistics. A logistics that can deliver very fast, a logistics that can pay taxes, duties at your country's port, and a logistics that can clear everything. Yeah. So that is it. Yes, somebody, Jeff Chris, is asking, how can you pay to HKDTC and Made in China websites? Yeah, in these websites, you need to get their account. You need to have Alipay. We have some apps that which I'll be teaching in the future classes. Today, I just want to talk about the summary of everything we'll be learning about. And I've already talked about the payment system. You need some apps like Alipay. For example, you those who are not in China, you need Alipay in order to pay your suppliers. For example, those made in China or the e-commerce app, you need an Alipay. And before, Alipay is an app which I'll be talking in detail in the future about how to create an account, how to set up. Before you can create that account, you need a valid passport. A valid passport. You need that. So yeah, yeah. So that is it. You need to get that before you can pay suppliers, which I'll be talking about that in the future. So yeah, that is it about shipping by sea. So if you are shipping by sea, that is it. Yeah. Yeah, so he's asking, can you drop shipping really working in Africa? Oh, can drop shipping really work in Africa? To be frank with you, I'm not really into drop shipping. Yeah, I'm into real importation, but I have some friends who are already into that. And along the line, they will join this class to explain the details about how to do drop shipping, especially in Africa. In US, Europe, and all those things, there are so many people that can easily do drop shipping. But for Africa, I am not into that. I know some few people who do that. In the future, I'll have them join this class to explain to us the details in doing drop shipping. So I was talking about shipping by sea. So if you are shipping by sea, you need to consider the cost, the right logistics, which I'll be helping you with that. Now, the most important thing in importing from China is this one. Most people ignore this. After being in importation for more than 4 years now, I've realized that most people who import from China are unable to continue their business after a year or two because they ignore this reason. Before you even start this class or anything, the first important thing for you to learn is to sell, how to sell your products, how to sell. People ignore this. People don't learn how to sell their product. They just buy any product. Oh, they've seen somebody selling this, so they are going to also buy that. That is very wrong. Our advice, read more about how to sell products. In selling product, make sure you check your environment, your market, and know what products are in high demand. Then these are several things you have to consider, which we'll be talking about in the near future in our classes. In our classes. So as I said, you need knowledge, information, which I'll be sharing in this class. Apart from this information, you need to start the class, the importation yourself. If you're a beginner into importation from China, I will advise you, don't invest more in importation. Just use little amount, little capital. Try to learn the process yourself, and that is the experience. Apart from the knowledge, there are several things I might say you might not understand until you buy some things, try to ship to your country, then you understand the process very well. So make sure you get little capital. Don't invest so much at the beginning. Just buy something little, understand the process, and know people are really ready to buy those products before you invest more. So this is the summary about importing from China yourself without using an agent and without traveling to China. My name is Dax. I've lived in China for over 6 good years now, and I'm into importation from China to the US and several countries, Ghana and several countries. If you need any product or anything from China, then you can contact me or you can reach this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned. Every week I'll be having this free importation class, and it is lasting for just within 4 months. And these videos will be private after this period. Yeah, about importation from China. Those watching live, thank you for staying tuned. If you have any question, you can ask, and you can join this live through this link. If you have any question, you can join to us through audio or video session about importation from China. So today I just gave the summary of how to import from China. Next week we'll be talking about several things which I'll be updating you with. Another thing, in importing from China, there's one big challenge, that is language barrier. Language barrier. Most Chinese suppliers cannot speak any language apart from Chinese language. So there's a language barrier. How do you communicate with suppliers if you cannot speak Chinese like I can speak Chinese? I'll be teaching you how to do this. So This is a full pack. By the end of this class, you will learn everything about importing from China. If you don't have any question, it is already 5:47 a.m. China time. I would like to know the country you are watching me from. And yeah, if you are watching me live, let me know the country you are watching me from. Yes. So that is it. This is the summary of importing goods from China. And this is the summary of the package of this importation class. Stay tuned and see you next week where we'll be talking about several things about importing from China. Yeah, we have Bilios. I don't know if I mentioned the name well, from Cameroon. Yeah, thank you for staying tuned. And with my people from Cameroon, people from the French speaking countries, um, if I get a lot of people who are interested in this class, I'll make sure I get somebody who can speak French very well to teach you about all these lessons. Or before that, you can watch um on on YouTube where you have translated, where it can be translated for you to understand everything. Yes, Jeff Chris is talking about what about Bangladesh and Turkey? Could you teach us on that? Yes, I can do that. I think after the China session, then I can add Bangladesh and Turkey as well. But to be frank with you, most of these Turkey and Bangladesh products get their raw materials and some things from China. Yeah. So yeah, if you really want to do importation business, you should learn very well about China and you are good to go. But Bangladesh and Turkey, I can add that after this live. So thank you very much, Daja How, where Sheshe ni mention like kai lai ting wo shankada ka shat jemie. Thank you everyone for staying tuned. Because today is the first time, I just gave summary of how our class, free importation class, will be about, and you can invite others as well, where we'll be teaching free importation from China. I am doing this because so many people get scammed, which I want to avoid. So many people get scammed, which I want to avoid. Don't forget, my name is Dax and I'm based in China. I have three separate channels, one Dax Spam about um, lifestyle in China, and I have another one about scholarship in China. If you want to study in China, or if you have your children who want to study in China, yes, China have several scholarship packages where your children can study free with allowances and many things. So if you want your children to study in China too, you can contact me, and importation too, you can reach me. Yeah, merci beaucoup. Thank you all. My French is not so good. Thank you all, and let's stay in touch in our WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, you can contact me and I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. Until next time, see you all in our next class where we'll be starting the real importation class. See you. Bye bye. Merci beaucoup.